Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday the 13th, and 13th is unlucky for some, and it looked like it was going to be unlucky for me as well today. So welcome back to Day Trade with Tony. It is the channel that we day trade live every single day, and then we continue trading throughout the day. And if you want to be part of that, then join up and become a member. And we'll welcome you to the community. Anyway, that being said, I had a bit of a strange day today. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, and very happy. So I've had arguably my worst ever start to a trading day. I've got traded on two accounts, so I traded on my small account and lost 45% of the equity. So it's $20,000 I lost on the small account. It was a $45,000 account, and I've lost 45% of the equity. Now, I kind of locked the montage there and left that alone. I've already dropped a little bit of a review on that. Not a good place for the small account today, but we did have a good day on Friday there, so not to worry about that. Then I kind of followed that up with a huge loss pre-market here on the main account. Ended up being about 30,000 in the hole, 30,000. So it's 1.5 times what I'd done on the small account. And then I continued trading. Ended up another 18,000 down. So in total we were about 49,000 down, and we were like 2 minutes into the open. So I was like, and I wasn't wrong, to be fair. I was just mistiming my entries and my exits, and I was just doing it wrong. So the overall idea, shorting the banks, riding the volatility of the banks, was the right thing to do. I could have probably done what I said I was supposed to do, and I should have cut my losses. But once it didn't go for me to start off with on First Republic Bank, I should have cut my losses there, and then waited for the banks to kind of exhibit a trend. So they did exhibit a trend kind of after the first 30-40 minutes. They started to trend, firstly downwards, then they found the bottom, then they moved upwards, and they became a lot easier to trade. After that first 30 minutes, they became a lot easier to trade. And I probably should have just waited 10-15 minutes for the volatility to ease and for the market to take a direction. And I didn't. So I ended up, across the two accounts, $70,000. Yes, you heard that right. $70,000 in the hole. So I was $20,000 down on the small account, and another just under $50,000 down on this account. And I've been in worse situations. I've been in bigger situations, but I've never had a bigger bunch of losing trades. I've been in as big a losing position and clawed it all the way back to not only getting green, but having a phenomenal day today. So let's talk you through it, shall we? We've had a $63,000 day on the main account after being $50,000 down. Still $20,000 down on the small account. So overall, we're a little over 42, about 42,000 plus change in profit, which is still a bloody good day. However, I wouldn't say I did this trading particularly well. What I would say is it's probably after that first couple of trades, the first two tickets I took. I traded FRC to start off with, and I'll kind of walk you through it here. On this account, we'd already lost on the small account, and I traded it here. Went long to start off with, and then it went against me. So then I tried going short, and it went the other way, and it just didn't work. Whatever which way I tried to go, it just went against me. So that was FRC, First Republic Bank. So then we traded Western Alliance here. So we went short. It's been selling all morning, and you can see here it's started off at like just under $50. Closed the business on Friday, sold off hard. So it's been selling all morning. So I decided to go short into the open, and it took off. And we didn't. We took some of our position off here, and the rest off here. So we ended up losing hard on Western Allegiance, Western Alliance, Western Allegiance, Western Alliance. Just didn't work out for us. So yeah, that was Western Alliance. Then we kind of walked away from the desk. I shut down I closed the live stream. I shut down, locked my montage, walked away, had a cup of tea and a biscuit, played with the dog for a little bit, and then came back. Sat down again, kind of recomposed myself, and I thought I was $49,000 down on the main account. I was $70,000 in the hole at this stage, but $49,000 on the main account. And I thought, okay, the volatility, I'm just watching the action, and the volatility was huge, absolutely huge. The range, I mean, we're talking about stocks that historically we're only getting, you know, 1.5 million shares traded per day over the last 3 or 4 months or whatever, and they're like in the tens of millions now, you know, so 10x or 20x or 30x in terms of relative volume, huge relative volume. The range was phenomenal range. This was in line with what happened on Friday. So I knew there was opportunity. I knew there was opportunity before I even sat down and started trading, before I even pushed the button. I was watching it before I was able to trade. So I took a risk and I decided, okay, I'm $50,000 down. So that's, you know, it's about what, 25-30% of my account. I'm going to see if I can minimize some of the damage. See if I can get another $10,000 in my favor and bring it down to 40. I just wanted to get to a point where I was not in such a bad situation or overall. And that, you know, we just got to a point where we're having a great month in March, and it looked like we potentially could have a great March. And I didn't want to throw all that away. So I thought I'll change tactics a little bit. I'll go in smaller. I will wait for the right setups, etc., etc. Or you'd think. So then we traded Schwab. We went short on Schwab. So Schwab, it was so volatile, and here's what I'm talking about: how volatile it was. So out of the blocks, Schwab moved up, and then it sold off into a halt. It gapped up, sold off into a halt, gapped down. Then it moved up into a halt, gapped up, sold off. It broke the VWAP, came up, and that's when I got in here, and I went short on it. And I was able to short this all the way down. I managed to get just shy of $9,000 shorting it. I almost got the $10,000. I thought, okay, you know, from 50 on this account, from $50,000, we would a little over $40,000 in the hole. Great. That's more than satisfied me that I can do this, and I can make some inroads into this deficit. So then we saw that First Republic, that had already lost pre-market on, decided it was going to exhibit a downwards trend. It got very choppy. It was up, it was down, it was up, also, you know, all the way, halted up, it gapped up, halted down, gapped again, gapped up, halted down, gapped up again, halted down, gapped up again, halted down. And that's what it was doing. It was just so very volatile. So many halts. This time it gapped down, halted down, gapped down, halted down. I entered. Once it confirmed it was selling off, that's when I entered. It then halted again, down, halted again, down. I doubled down on the position. It halted again as it started to make its move up. I covered some of it. It moved down, and then I put a stop in place, and it moved up and started to move back up again. And it was just so volatile. I mean, this went from down all the way down to kind of 1750 on the day, all the way back up to $35, and then we were able to trade it a little bit again a little bit later. And so that we made some of what we'd already lost going short on this. So we ended up, I think we were about $3,000 down to the short side on First Republic, and we ended up nearly $16,000 to in profit to the short side. We were $27,000 down on the long side, and we managed to recover that and recover $20,000 on that. And I'll show you that that trade a little bit later as well. We then traded Zion Bank. So Zion's Bank, this was a quick, again, volatility here. You can see that all the halts, gaps up, halt down, gap up, halt down, gap up, halt up, gap down. It was mental. Then another halt up. When on resumption here, it pulled all the way back, and then when it went green, when this candle went green, is when I entered. Took some quick profits, and then on the way up, got out up at the top, and made another $2,500 on Zion Bank. So I'm thinking, okay, my luck's turned. I'm still down on the day at this stage. But I'm thinking, okay, my luck's turning a bit now, and it would just seem to be that the movements were a little bit easier to read. The volatility was still there, but it wasn't as volatile in terms of, swings in one direction or another. The stock started to trend in a direction, so you could actually trade with the trend, as opposed to it being flip-flopping and very just very difficult, very choppy and difficult to make ends meet on that one. So then we traded again. We got on this one. So this was Western Alliance. And Western Alliance, we got in as this broke the VWAP into a halt up, and it gapped up. It gapped up huge amounts. It pulled back a little bit, but because I had the cushion, I didn't cut it. It then just moved up, and I took some profits. It moved into a halt. I added to the position on resumption as it moved up, took some more profits as it pulled back, and then I exited on the way up. It did gap up again, and I got up and again here, and got up. So on this move here is what took me green on the day. This move is what covered the deficit and then some besides. So we got in for our first entry here was 1269 to the long side. Now my hotkeys, my hot buttons, the way I've got all my things set up, I'm just more comfortable trading to the long side. I really am. Trading to the short side, I can do it, but it's not my fault. I'm a long bias trader. So as soon as we started getting volatility to the long side, I'm back in my element. That's my strength. So I'm back in my element. We're trading this to the long side, and I'll show you these trades as they were recorded. You'll get to see them. I'll tap them on the back. Some of them are a little bit longer, but look, if you want to see them, I'll speed them up and put out the halt levels and the weighting in that during the halts. But you check them out and see what you think. Then after that, we got so I got in. Just under $13 was the highest, the lowest that I got out, and I got out at 26.60. I think that was this one. So yeah, 26.60 was my. So from 30, so a good $13 move on that. I was able to cash in on that. Fantastic. So then we traded. FRC again here, and we managed to, so we went long on FRC there, and we managed to make some more money there, and then we traded this up to the top, and we managed to make some money here and there. It came all the way back down again, and then as it was bouncing off the VWAP, we managed to make a little bit there at the end. So that was FRC. So First Republic Bank. Did we trade anything else? I think we traded. I think we did trade a couple of other things, and we lost a little bit. So we lost a little bit here. We gave about 10K back here on Western Alliance. I think it was on this one we gave 10K back, and then we managed to make a little bit more there. So we ended up 63,000 up on the day. Just trading the range, trying to stay profitable. Western Alliance, I think, was the last thing that we traded with FRC. So those were the two, flip-flopping between the two with the halts and things. So just phenomenal days trading. I probably would say it's the worst ever start to a trading day I've ever had. And I just was petulant. I wasn't giving up on it. I knew that the opportunity was there. I can see that the volatility in the banking sector today was, I've never seen it like that, because normally you'll get stocks that are extremely volatile. To get so many with the market that it is, and it was just sustained as well. So the halts were started within the first couple of minutes of the open, volatility halts. We're still getting volatility halts throughout the day, even in power hour towards the close. So the volatility on the banking sector was just out of this world. It was madness. It was absolute trading madness. And it was once I was able to start trading long, I got into my element. I was able to get profitable trading short, but I was in my element once I started to trade long. I actually lost going long pre-market on these stocks, and so I'll be able to recover all that, and it really is kind of satisfying. Not satisfied with how it started, but I'm satisfied with how it's finished. So $63,000, less the $20,000 on the small account. I mean, let's take a look overall. What does that look like? Means that we're still having a great March. So it means that we're $42,000 today instead of the 63 that you've just seen, because of the $20,000 we lost on the small account. So I look at the detailed reports for March now. $120,000 was what I need per month, is what I've targeted myself per month. We've smashed the goal. We're over goal. We're almost at $150,000. My best ever month. Let's have a look at year to date, because my best ever month was actually January of this year. So let's just have a look at that right now in terms of days and times. January of this year we did 175. We're now 25K away. Dare I say I could have my best ever month after having arguably my worst ever start to a trading day? But I think it could be on. It could definitely be on. We've got nearly 3 full trading weeks left. So yeah, I think it's definitely possible that we could do that. Let's have a look at performance by days of the week. I should have known not to trade pre-market on a Monday. I don't make money on Mondays, even though I've had a $63,000 day today, and it's a Monday. Well, $42,000 all in, $40,000 day today. I'm still losing money on Mondays. Mondays, I just can't catch a break on Mondays. Let's look at the calendar and see exactly what's going on with that across the board. So my 2 of the 3 red days I had in January were on Monday. I had 2 losing Mondays in February out of 3, because that was a federal holiday, and last Monday was a losing day. So yeah, I've been losing on Mondays up until today, and I was in a losing position. I was in a big losing position up until it turned around. So that's just how it is. So 360 would have been my end goal for the end of March. So pro rata for the year to date, we're ahead of goal already. 8,000 on average in terms of daily profit versus the 6,000 target that I've set myself. Really got to be happy. The largest loss I've had is on the small account. It's the largest loss I've had to date in this year has been on the small account today, and that's that one. So yeah, I think I'm very happy with the way that the day's finished today. So we're in a drawdown on the small account, but we're not on the main account, not overall. So I've got to say I'm a happy bunny and a happy boy today. How it happened is the skill involved, obviously, but days like today don't come along. The level of movement, the level of volatility, they don't come along that often. So you've got to make hay when the sun shines. Normally, at max loss, you should be calling it a day. You should be knocking it on the door. And I was adamant, even after I'd shut it down. I'm like, in the day trade with Tony Discord, I was adamant. Look, I've managed to make 9k back, but it's too much to expect to make 70k back on the day. And instead of making 70k back, I made 40k profit. So that's a 110k swing in my favor. My best ever profitable day was 102,000 October before last, and mind you, I did have some red days on that day as well. So, but also some red trades, sorry. But to go from 70,000 down to 42 up is like just call me the magician. I'm not saying I'm the best trader on the internet, but top three, I must be. With that performance today, I must be top three. I've amazed myself. I'm kind of speechless. Anyway, let's see what tomorrow brings. We'll be doing it again an hour before the market open. Remember, the daylight saving clocks went forward in the US at the weekend, so it's 12:30 GMT. It's still 8:30 in the US, but that means 12:30 in GMT, where I'm based in Dublin. So we're doing it tomorrow. Hopefully we get a better start tomorrow. Can you imagine if I'd been sitting here without having had that big hole to dig out of? I could have been sat here with a six-figure day. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Let's see if we can have a six-figure day tomorrow. I'm not going to be shooting for it, but it would be great if we could. In fact, someone in the Discords mentioned. I'm going to have to look remember who that was and call them out, because I was laughing. Can you imagine? And yeah, so let's see. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Join me then. In the meantime, there's quite a few of these there's quite length of these trades, but enjoy them anyway. And I'll see you tomorrow. What else? What's this one? Where's the alliance? Hold it down. Where's the hold it down? West, hold it down. No? Must be a 10-minute. Give me a chance to. Right. Okay. That's nice. Damn, this could be my best ever trade. The trailing stopping price 30 cents.
Focusing on inflation industry, focusing on financial conditions, the entire financial conditions for M&A. That's the liquidity. I don't know what the factor we're seeing in the market is no, it's no. It's over good for we're seeing having corporations and
Yes. Okay. Okay, spreads come off. We're doing something 70% spreads are ridiculous. What's it? Okay. $30. Just want to take some off there, $30. Oh, shit. I'm not like it's just a brilliant, brilliant day. I'll do.